Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to bring you a review of this carbon steel Viking style sword, which is full tang. The reason why I'm doing this review is because when I was actually looking at getting it, I was very frustrated with the lack of reviews on it. I could not find a single review on this sword, and I really wanted to know what I was getting into when I was paying $60 for this. Well, actually, let's start off. I actually got this for $50 off of eBay, although you can find it on a lot of other sites for $60. The person I bought it from on eBay I think it was like Savings Every Day or Everyday Savings or something, and he sells lots of swords and stuff. But he also had a similar one, which, as far as I can tell, was another carbon steel sword. It was a Knights Templar sword. But this one guaranteed, like in the description, it had that it was a full tang handle and everything, but the other one did not specify it was full tang. And what I wanted to make sure was I wanted something that I could like use as a prop, and I could like swing around, and I wouldn't have to worry about the blade flying out. So I wanted to make sure it was full tang and not one of those crappy style other like display sword tangs that like run. It's like this tiny piece of metal that's actually welded on and not an actual piece of the blade. So I wanted to make sure that that was up to snuff. Let's see, what else can I go over? Basically, yes, it is as advertised. When you take it out, you can swing it around. It definitely feels like a full tang. The hilt construction is very solid. It's pretty heavy, but I mean I can still swing it around and do that kind of stuff with it. The sheath is pretty nice. As far as I can tell, it's wood underneath this leather, which actually, I don't know if it was just mine, but the dye they used on the leather, I guess it will stop whenever I rub it all off, but when you like handle it, like black stuff rubs off on your hands, which I guess is the dye. But I guess that will end whenever I get all the residue off, I guess. Something about the sheath which kind of irks me, but like it's straight until you get down here, but this little metal piece, they kind of put it on crooked. So it's made in India, so it's not the best construction. It's also not a sword to look pretty. It's a sword to be used practically. It's carbon steel, so it came coated with a little bit of oil on it, and of course you don't want to try and touch the blade. Something I wasn't for sure is if the hilt and the pommel were carbon steel, so I don't know if I need to oil those two. After buying this sword, the other sword, which was the Templar sword, which had a little bit more style and was a little bit cheaper, I kind of wish I would have bought that one, because knowing that the construction was good on this one, it makes me think that the other sword would have been better too, and it would have looked better. So I kind of wish I had gotten that, and it's also cheaper too. By a little bit, but I actually got this one for only $5 more than the Templar sword, which people usually pay $60 for this, but I got it for $50 on eBay with free shipping. Let's see what else. The blade and sword. Okay, so if you want to use this as like a cutting sword, because it's advertised as battle ready, but I don't see the pins and the hilt or the pommel, so my only theory is that the pin is through the wooden handle and then through the tang, which I guess could work, but you really can't see because there's the leather on it. But it's advertised as battle ready, so I'm guessing there must be a pin in there somewhere, or else that'd be pretty bad advertising. There's also not one of those whatever things that come out the end and then you heat it up and then pound it down. It's smooth right here. So I don't know exactly what is holding the hilts to the tang. So I don't really know. But I did try it out, even though it comes very dull, which it didn't do any damage at all except for a blunt trauma. I swung it at a 2-liter bottle of soda with water filled in it, and I swung it at it, and then it went flying, but the sword seemed alright, although it wasn't sharp, so it didn't cut through the bottle, because when it says it comes with a safety. It says it comes with a safety edge. They really mean there's no edge at all. When I thought it just meant it was a rather dull sword, but there's like literally no edge at all on this sword. So that's something to keep in mind. I'm sure you can get it professionally sharpened somewhere. I'm kind of debating whether I want to get it sharpened, because I could do some actual cutting with it, but then again I couldn't really play around with it as much as I do now, because I don't have to figure like cutting myself, just whacking myself kind of hard with it. But yeah, so that's my carbon steel sword. It's a carbon steel Viking sword. I couldn't find out anything about it, whether it's a brand or something or anything like that. All I found was that it was made in India, so no brand or anything to further any research, but there you go.